Welcome back for another Around the Diamond with Baseball Bill and Grand Slam Sam. We are talking all things playoff baseball. Let me tell you, this last week has been nothing short of exciting as a baseball fan. I am so excited to jump into it this week. Bill, how are you doing on the West Coast, my friend? How are things hanging down in the LA territory?
Well, we went through I'll talk about it later, but we went through a massive breakup this last week. But as far as, how things are going, it's like been 90 degrees out here. So you can't complain too much, right?
You could
So
send
that's
some of
good.
that warmth my way. I
Yeah.
mean, here on the East Coast, we're rocking right now between 45 and 60-degree weather. So I'll take a little, 90-degree sunshine to lighten up my day.
As long as you're willing to pay the gas prices too at almost $7 a gallon.
I mean, I'll keep my 3.15 a gallon here on the
That's
East
what I
Coast.
thought you'd say. That's
You
what I
can
thought.
keep the
I thought
seven.
you were willing to
But
take the cold weather.
Bill, let's jump right into baseball this morning.
Absolutely. Let's
There's
talk
a
baseball.
ton to talk about. So take me through this last NL Division Series.
That's where we start with the breakup, right? So the Dodgers and the Padres ended up winning the series in 4 games. Dodgers were up 3-love in game 4 and then just kind of totally blew it. Which you can make arguments. We listened to analytics too much. We played matchups, yada, yada, yada. Um, as a Dodger fan, it felt like I found out my high school girlfriend was dating my best friend, right? It just felt like a breakup. The Phillies took care of the Braves, which, a lot of folks thought, hey, it was going to be the Dodgers and Braves in the championship series, guaranteed, and that's not the way it looked. And Philly got hot and San Diego got hot and they got hot at the right time. So both of them took care of them in 4 games. It was pretty amazing.
So what was it that you saw from both of these series out of the winners of these series that you think is going to kind of push them through?
Pitching, 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 pitching.
Yeah.
The offense, obviously, when you're looking at the screens here, you see that Philadelphia scored 9 runs in game 3 and 8 runs in game 4, but it was all about their pitching. Obviously they gave up 6 runs in the first game, but game 3 they gave up 1 run. Game 4 they gave up 3 runs. It's all about pitching. They had some great pitching. In San Diego, same thing. Boy, Musgrove looked great. Hugh Darvish looked great against the Dodgers. And a lot of these Dodgers that were hitting the cover off the ball were just not hitting, period.
Yeah.
And so it came down to pitching, 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 which is oftentimes what it comes down to in the postseason.
Yeah. And I think it kind of goes to what you and I have spoken about in previous episodes and on podcasts and on lives. The team that's hot is going to be the team that's going to be very hard to beat. Now, what's interesting about this is, look at what's going on right now in this championship series. So
And
tell me
so
what
you
you're
go,
seeing already.
so you go into the championship series again. We're talking pitching, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Philadelphia wins 2-love the first game, pitches out of their mind. Bryce Harper can do nothing wrong at the plate right now. For some reason, that guy's killing the ball.
I said it also that like I almost feel like if Bryce keeps playing the way he does, and God forbid San Diego loses, he may still win the National League MVP for how well he's playing.
It could happen. Game 2, San Diego bounced back and put up some runs early. Game 3 was interesting. Game 3 was the Gene Segura game. I mean,
Yes.
this poor guy committed an error at second base, comes up and gets a 2-run double to give them the lead, and then gets picked off in the very next pitch.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy was having a game, let me tell you. But Philadelphia held him to 2 runs. In fact, I was actually surprised that Philadelphia held that game because their defense was terrible yesterday.
Yeah.
They were making blunders all over the place, but
Mm-hmm.
San Diego wasn't capitalizing. And
Yeah.
the key to keeping San Diego, as much as I hate saying these 2 words out loud, but the key to beating San Diego is keeping Manny Machado at bay. And
Yeah.
that's what they've been doing. I mean, Juan
Mhm.
Soto, okay, fine, but Manny Machado, he's your spark plug. So
Right. And I think you hit the nail on the head. If the Padres do win this, he will probably win the NLCS MVP because Machado has really been the driving force on that team. But I think you said it best that if San Diego doesn't capitalize on hitting when runners are in scoring position, the result of last night is going to be the results of the next two games. And it's just going to come to that. And Philly will win in Philly.
And Philadelphia has been loud and boisterous. And, they left Petco Park. And honestly, I could honestly see the series not even going back to Petco.
I agree.
If Philadelphia played the way they did last night,
as a Philadelphia native now, I'm pushing for him. I'm pushing for it. I'm good with this. I'm good with the Philly win. I would like to go to a parade, even not for my team, but to be able to support my loved ones and their team.
You go. There you go. Take us through the AL.
So the AL series, I wasn't surprised on one end. I would have loved to have seen the Mariners put up more of a fight. But, after watching two baseball games in one in game 3 of the Houston-Seattle series, they basically went 4 games. And I think I can be okay with it watching this now, being like, you know what? The Mariners got 4 games in 3, but it was 4. And Houston came out on fire that entire series. They knew what they were doing. They've got the experience and they have the experience in previous years. They set an American League record for the most consistent AL Championship Series appearances. I believe now it's 7 in a row, with the Astros now holding that record.
Yep.
And they deserved it. Congratulations, Houston. You guys, you put a damper on the Mariners season. You did it.
So before we get off that one, Sammy, for a second, there's 2 things that we can talk about, right? Pitching. Again, pitching. Yeah. Seattle's up, right? 7-5 in game 1. And they give up a 3-run Jimmy Jack to lose the game 8-7, right? All they needed to do was score 1 run in 18 innings, and they could have won game 2. So, honestly, Seattle had their shots.
Yeah.
They're pitching.
Lots of them. Lots of them in that game. And especially now, top fans and fans of all, remember, in the postseason, it's different now than the regular season where there's no more ghost runner. We go to traditional baseball rules in the postseason, which, as a traditionalist, I'm very happy. Bill's very happy. If I could shoot off rockets right now and actually show them to you, you'd see the excitement.
Yep.
But Bill's right. The Mariners in that 18-inning game, I remember watching that game till the end, ready to cry with how long it went. But numerous times in extra innings, they had runners in scoring position and would go out. So it was their loss. But then we look at this Yankees Cleveland series, and this was the show of the division series. Out of all of the series that went on between the Astros, the Phillies, this was the series you wanted to watch, because these two teams basically just set off a trajectory to be a rivalry for the long haul. You got baby making in the game 4. You got rubbing it in game 5. You've got two teams that have had a history since this past year and with fans throwing stuff at Cleveland and Yankee Stadium. It's a nightmare. But the Yankees came out in game 4 and they came out in game 5 and they said, oh no, I'm sorry. They came out in game 3 or 5. I don't even know anymore. And basically said, you're not taking this from us. We're going all the way. We're going to the NLCS. It's over. Not in our house. And the Yankees took game 5 with a 6-1 win, setting their crews off to go face Houston. And again, remember, this was based off of 2 postseason game delays. And I think that may be the first time that's ever happened in baseball history where one series has had two games postponed to the next day due to inclement weather. So what I'm seeing from this series, Bill, the Yankees, they need to really just play Yankee baseball. They need to do what they did throughout the season. They need to play hard, fun, exciting baseball. And unfortunately, right now, that's not what's happening for them because as we go to the division series, Houston is up 2-0. Houston has come out on fire in this series. They are basically saying, we're taking our championship back. We never should have lost it last year. This is a blasphemy. It's blasphemy. This should be ours. So they're going in, they have gone in their house and basically said, okay, Yankees, we're going to show you what a real championship team looks like. They've come out on top in these last two games. The first game, they, 4 runs last night, kept it very close, getting that 3-4, 3-2 win. But these next 2 to possibly 5 games are going to be intense, especially with the next 3 in New York. Bill and I spoke before. I definitely think this will at least, at minimum, go to 5 games. I'd love to see it go to 7, though, because this series is going to be great to watch. Bill?
The series is going to be fantastic to watch. You're right. I think it goes back to Houston. I do think we're going to get 6 or 7 games out of it. I would be surprised if the Bronx Bombers didn't come out and acted like the Bronx Bombers today. Yeah. They've been held to 4 runs in 2 games. Aaron Judge's ball that was caught by Kyle Tucker at the wall would have been out in Yankee Stadium, right? And so it's just a matter of these guys are out there. They're ready to play ball. It looks good. They look good. They just need to be consistent with their hitting. And what the Yankees are doing right now is what the Dodgers did all season. When the Dodgers would lose, you'd go back and you'd look at their losses and you'd say, how'd that happen? Well, it's because they were trying to go for the long ball. Yep. So the Yankees are trying to cash in everything on long balls. Just get base hits, play a little ball, hit and run, maybe a bunt every now and again. I know bunt is against most people's religion in the MLB right now, but maybe just do a bunt, right? Maybe steal a bag or two. I
want my taco. Want my taco.
I tell you,
give me my taco. Baseball, give it to me. But you're right.
I tell you, this is an exciting series to watch because it literally is the 2 best teams in the American League. You got Gotham against a team that kind of gets beat up a little bit because of what happened in 2017. Yeah. So there are people that
stuff to prove.
Right. There are people that love Gotham and hate them, and then there's people that love the Astros and hate the Astros. And so it's a great series to watch. There's nothing bad about this series to watch. And you got some great athletes too.
Yeah, and something else that we spoke about with all the postponing and the inclement weathers and things like that is Houston's coming to New York and playing in 40 to 55 degree weather for the next 3 games. They're not in their house of 75 to 90 degree weather. This is going to change the series. These next 3 games, I truly agree with you, Bill, will change the way the series plays out.
Now, I'll be honest with you, Sam. I think the Astros could sweep this? Sure. Do I think the Yankees win all 3 in the Bronx? Possibly. There's a lot of you could end up having what ifs. Yeah, you could have the series go back to Houston with the Yankees up 3-2. You could have the series not go back to Houston because the Astros swept.
Finished it in 5.
Yeah.
I definitely think the Yankees will get 1 win in the next 3 games. No question. I definitely think this is going to a minimum 5 games. But you're right. Who knows? This could go to strictly 4 games and be done and out. And Houston's like, we're getting out of Dodge as quickly as we can. We want a little bit warmer weather. Pray San Diego wins. That's what Houston's thinking right now. They want warm weather. But let's keep this moving. we're kind of we get so caught up, Bill, between you and I. We could talk about this for hours, but we've
Hours.
only got 30 minutes with the Top Fan family. We got to keep this show moving. So, what are you seeing in this next in the schedule for this?
So I love the wild card round. I really do. I hated the one and done. I love the wild card round, but because of the lockout at the beginning of the season, everything got pushed back a little bit.
Yep.
So that's a little bit of an issue. So now you have the San Diego Philly series where Philly's up 2-1. They don't have another day off again until the World Series. So let's just say for a second, San Diego wins today, ties it up 2-2. San Diego or Philly wins tomorrow and they tie it or they take the lead 3-2. There's no travel day. There's no off day.
Yeah.
So you have to fly from Philly to San Diego without an off day. Finish the game, fly. Right. And so it's gonna be unique. There's not a lot of because of weather conditions, because of things that Sam that you've mentioned. I mean, let's be honest. If Philadelphia gets into the World Series, game one, we're gonna talk about when game one is, but if Philadelphia gets in the World Series, they're gonna not have home field advantage. So they're not gonna have the first game in their house until like November 2nd. How warm
Yeah.
is it going to be in Philadelphia on November 2nd? So
No, you're right.
that's a little bit of an issue.
Yep. And then, so I think if it's Philly, they want to finish this in the next two. They want a little bit of rest time, give their starters an extra day or two. If it's San Diego, we got to win the next three so we can give our guys a little bit of rest.
Right.
Because I think either of these teams going against either of these AL teams is going to be a tough matchup for either of them. If Houston stays hot, Philly and San Diego need to play the best baseball of their life. If Houston stays hot and sweeps. If the Yankees come back and win, I think it's even more of a reason why either of these two teams need to play the best baseball of their lives, because the Yankees will now be hot and have won four of the last 5 games. So no matter what way you split this, these two teams have to play the best baseball they've ever played in their amateur and professional career. And Little League. Let's just go all the way down. Let's go down to kindergarten. Let's go down to T-ball. They got to play the best game of their lives. But now we're looking at the AL schedule. And
true. That's very true.
And, take a look at this. Again, we go back to being postponed. We go back to, having, no real rest day. The Yankees in Houston literally play 5 days in a row tentatively. Of course, if Houston wins in the next 2 games, it's over. But we don't think that that's going to happen, baseball fans. We want this to last a little bit longer. We want exciting baseball. We don't want minuscule 4-game sweeps. I want to see this go to the 25th because I'd like to see at least these teams get a reasonable amount of time to rest, so we are seeing the best baseball possible in the World Series.
I agree. And my only concern is that on the 23rd, 24th, 25th, and 26th, they're playing at 1:07 a.m.
Oh, timing for me is all thrown off.
Just messing with you, Top fans, if you're watching the stream. Yeah, no.
There's some technical difficulties. Mind us. It's still early where we are.
There you go. There you go.
But there is something interesting to think about this. Look at those next 3 games being played in New York real quick.
Yeah.
5:07, 7:07, and 4:07. Meaning by the time these games are close to the finish, especially the Sunday game, the 23rd, it's going to be 10 o'clock at night. It's going to be freezing in New York. And today's game, it's going to be close to 8 o'clock at night. It's going to be freezing in New York. Same with Sunday's game or Monday's game.
Yeah.
The cold is going to impact Houston a lot. And I don't think people are realizing it.
Well, and that's true. And you look at it. So you go Monday's game, right? The 24th, 4:07 start time, right? So let's assume for a second that only goes 3 hours. So now you're at 7:10 Eastern time, right? Which is only 6:10 in Houston, right? You only lose an hour. But okay, so that's fine. Now you still got some travel time. You got to get out of the locker room, everything like that. You got to travel back. You're not getting back to Houston till midnight. 1 a.m., get to your hotel, whatever, for the Yankees, if they could bring it back. And then, you have a game that starts 13 hours later,
Yeah, there's no rest.
which
These
could
guys,
be an elimination game.
yep. So, you're not get these series with, understanding there were a lot of factors that went into these series being pushed and condensed and not in the natural format that they should have been. I think next year, obviously, without having holdouts and things of that nature, these series will look a little bit differently, but still things to think about as the years go on, with adding the extra series, postponing, weather inclination, inclement weather, things of that nature. It's all going to play a factor. So, what does that mean, top fans? The World Series is upon us. We will be there in a week, 6 days from today. No matter what, we are watching World Series baseball, sponsored by Capital One. We're not getting paid to say it, but I'm giving them the shout out anyway.
Hey, what's in your wallet?
It's what's in my wallet right now. So right now, if they haven't set a designated time because they're trying to figure out who's going to be in it. And based off of that, they'll figure out a time. We'll probably get that by Wednesday so we can all get our DVRs set, make sure our calendars are clear, and we can be sitting in front of our TVs to watch great baseball. I am so pumped. Bill, what are you excited about seeing in this World Series?
Well, first of all, the American League has home field advantage, regardless if it's the Yankees or Astros, they're going to have home field advantage.
Yes.
I'm excited about this World Series because I want to see if it goes according to plan. I mean, we're starting really, really late, with the exception of 9/11, the year that we had the September 11th attacks. We are starting this so late. So I'm curious to see how it goes. And I'm excited about the teams that are in. I'm not going to give you my predictions just yet because I don't want to offend any fans out there, but I have my two teams that I would love to see there. I will tell you, San Diego fans, just because of the bad breakup, that I am pulling for Philly, but that's about as far as I'll tell you. I'm excited about this, though. I mean, giddy up, the 28th.
And in a different situation, because I didn't have as bad of a breakup with the Padres as Bill did. I as well am rooting for Phillies top fans. So please don't send me threatening messages. I don't read them. Send me as much hate mail as you want. I burn it. It goes in my fireplace.
There you go.
But I'm excited to see the series because, we could have two teams on the NL side that one were wild card teams and have not been there in a number of years. And then on the AL side, we got a team that's fighting back and trying to make up for all the hate that they got over the last couple of years with everything that happened. And then you got a Yankees team that's trying to prove something as well. They got a big name that may be leaving them at the end of the season, and they're really trying to either send him off on a high note or show him why he shouldn't be leaving. So exactly. This series is going to be great to watch. As a National League native, I want to see the National League come out on top. I want to see that championship stay in the National League territory. I don't want to see it going back to the AL. So whoever wins, Padres or Phillies, let's bring it home. That's all I got to say about that. So,
okay,
what to look forward to in this next week? Beyond some great baseball, we got some great podcasts coming up. Bill, give me a little bit of insight into these podcasts real quick.
So as it says, subject scheduled to change. There's a good chance that the Dodger Beast, who is a gentleman named Kenny, will be on Monday's episode. Okay. Which means that Bill's Corner will get pushed to Wednesday, but we'll see. Shane, who has never been on a podcast with us, is a Cardinals fan, and Devin, who's never been on a podcast with us, is a Pirates fan. So we cover all 30 teams. So this is going to be awesome. Just so that you know, top fans, we have had our best month from download perspective, and we are rapidly approaching a 6-digit downloads for the first year. So life is absolutely awesome on the downloads. And if you want to be on a podcast, reach out to Grand Slam Sam, reach out to me at Top Fan Rivalry. We'd love to have you.
We're here. We're still looking for some more teams. We're looking for some Rockies fans. We're looking for some Twins fans. I believe we're looking for some Tiger fans as well. So if you're a fan, if you love the game, reach out to us. We want to talk to you. We're not like those people that are like, we kind of like you, but we really don't like you. So don't give us your time. We really want to hear what your thoughts are. We really want to talk to you. Crazy, because people nowadays don't want to talk to anyone. But, and what else to look forward to? So again, I mentioned it last week. We got some great merch coming your way. It's gonna be postseason designed. It's gonna be strictly for this year's postseason. Unfortunately, Bill may have to hold that retainer of Dodger hats that he got specially designed.
Here we go.
But I'm sure, but I know we got a lot of Dodger fans that are going to want to remember this World Series, remember this great Top Fan merch we got. So definitely make sure you check it out. Make sure you click the link tree on the Top Fan Rivalry Instagram page where you can see all of the great websites. You can get directly to the Top Fan website. You can get directly to the locker room. You can get directly to the merch store. But you can also directly find us on Locals through there. You can directly get to us on YouTube. And Bill, is Spotify link on there? I think Spotify's on there. You can get directly to our Spotify page. What else could be better?
What else could be better?
On top of that, don't forget, as the postseason goes on, Bill and I are jumping on with Top Fan family members to talk about what they've been seeing with their teams. We're talking to the winners of these series in real time to find out what they saw, what they liked, what they didn't like, and what they want to see them do moving forward. And Bill, wait, what did I see at the bottom of that?
Special announcement. Yes.
You got something special for me? You got something special?
Got something special for you. So a little different than what we've done. So this year is our first full year with our podcast. It's been our first full year of kind of being there. So we are actually going to announce right now what we call a Founders Club. So if you want to be part of the Founders Club, it is $36 a year. Okay. And that Founders Club goes through December 31st. That will give you locker room access for a full year. Not only will it give you locker room access, but you'll get early bird specials on merchandise that is coming up, podcasts that are coming up, different things that people can't see right away. You're going to get access to it firsthand. And there'll also be some discounts out there for you too. So the Founders Club is $36 a year. Okay. $3 a month. I mean, come on. To talk baseball, this is good stuff. So Founders Club through December 31st. After that, and let me just say this too about the Founders Club. The price will never change. The price will never change. So if you're part of the Founding Members Club and you want to stay at that $36 price point for the rest of your life, you're there.
Wait, Bill, did I hear you correctly? You're giving us a verbal confirmation at this moment in time on a show that's going to be live, that's going to be broadcasted across the internet, that we're giving a price point that will never, forever change?
Never change. Never change. Never change.
Where have you ever gotten that type of a guarantee before?
That's what I'm saying. You got till now until December 31st, right? So get up on it because there's going to be some stuff in the locker room that you are going to love. If you are part of Locals, if you've paid for Locals, we are going to reach out to you to talk to you about the Founders Club. Do not worry. We've got your back on that, but get excited about this stuff because you want to be a part of this founding members because you want to be able to see the stuff that we have behind the locker room. There's going to be so much stuff in the off season. It's going to blow your mind.
It's going to be great. I'm already excited for it. Bill and I are working on some amazing content for you guys. We're working on really bringing you some highlights, some great podcasts, some great shows, some great conversations, and we still want to hear from you. So make sure you bring us what you want us to talk about. Make sure you bring us your questions. Make sure you bring us your fandom, and reach out to us if you want to talk to us. Because remember, we want to talk to you.
That's right. And we're fan involved. We're excited, and we thank you so much for joining our episode today. Any comments, you're welcome to offer them up to us. But thanks so much for joining us today. We'll have you back next Saturday.
And don't forget to follow us on these social media sites. Remember, Baseball Bill can be found at Top Fan Rivalry, both on Instagram and Twitter. And myself, Grand Slam Sam, can be found at Grand_Slam. on Instagram and Twitter as well. Follow us. We are providing updates all throughout the postseason, and we want to make sure we hear from you.
Have a good one, guys.
Later. See you on the field.